Good morning, dear parents. I am happy to have you join us today for this important webinar focused on the safety and well-being of our children. As parents, we all share a common goal, the safety and happiness of our children. Today's session is dedicated to discussing a matter of paramount importance, child protection and safeguarding in schools. In a rapidly changing world, it's crucial for us as parents to be informed and engaged in ensuring a secure environment for our children to learn, grow, and thrive. The purpose of this webinar is to shed light on the child protection and safeguarding policy implemented in our school. We believe that knowledge is empowering, and by understanding the policies and procedures in place, we can work together to create a safer educational environment for our children. Let's take a quick look at what we'll be covering today. The importance of child protection and safeguarding. The types of child abuse. The role of the school. The role of the parents. Signs of abuse. What to do when abuse is disclosed. How to report abuse. Frequently asked questions. Child protection policies, Vadima's law. What do we need to protect children against? Children need to be protected against all forms of abuse. The different forms of abuse according to the National Child Protection Policy in educational institutes in the UAE are physical, psychological, sexual, neglect. If a particular incident occurs only once, can it be classified as abuse? Yes. Definition of abuse according to the National Child Protection Policy. Every action or inaction which could cause any injury or harm to the child that prevents the proper, secure and healthy upbringing and growth of the child. Recognizing and understanding the different types of abuse is crucial for creating awareness and taking appropriate action. Physical abuse involves acts that threaten the physical safety and well-being of a child. It manifests through the use of force that results in bodily harm or injury. Examples of physical abuse. Acts that threaten the physical safety of the child, hitting, pinching, kicking, burning, etc. There are various forms of psychological or moral abuse that children may experience within a parent's disputes. It's crucial to recognize and address these issues to ensure the well-being and mental health of the child. Examples are parent disputes, comparing the child, belittling the child, confinement, denial of play, bullying, mocking, intimidation, using profanity. Type of abuse focusing on sexual abuse. Examples are sexual contact, showing or talking about sexually explicit material, talking about private body parts. Neglect is a form of abuse that involves the failure to provide essential care and meet basic needs for someone dependent on others. This can encompass various aspects, including the failure to provide basic necessities such as food, shelter, medical aid, education. Each of these aspects is crucial for the overall well-being and development of a student. Child protection and safeguarding policies in schools often include measures to identify and address of these concerns. The school's role in child protection. Safe recruitment procedures. Assign a member responsible for child protection. All decisions should be taken keeping the best interest of the child in mind. Create a safe environment minimizing risks to abuse. Maintain confidentiality of information and convey the same to all members of the school. Reporting procedures should be made clear to all. All forms or suspected forms of abuse must be reported. Spread awareness among parents and their role. Staff training on child protection procedures and reporting process within the school. Respect diversity and physical capabilities of students. Treat all students fairly. Use appropriate and respectful language when talking to children. Protect students against substance abuse. Seek parental consent to use pictures of their children on social media. Manage behavior by being a role model. Implement plans for modifying behavior. The National Child Protection Policy outlines the crucial role that parents play in safeguarding the well-being of their children. Parents are expected to be fully responsible for the upbringing, care, guidance, and overall growth of their children as mandated by the relevant laws and legislations in the country. This includes providing for their physical, emotional, and educational needs in a safe and nurturing environment. Parents are encouraged to collaborate with educational institutions to create a safe environment where children feel protected from any potential threats to their survival, physical, and mental health. This cooperation involves active engagement with school authorities and participation in initiatives aimed at ensuring the safety and well-being of all students. In cases where parents become aware of occurrences that may endanger their child's safety, physical, or mental health, you are expected to promptly notify the educational institution or relevant child protection units. Timely communication of concerns allows for swift intervention and support to mitigate potential risks to the child's well-being. Positively cooperate with the educational institution or child protection units as required in any stage when dealing with a case of abuse where the parents' children are involved. Signs of abuse. What are some of the signs of abuse that you could observe in a child? How would you know a child is being abused? A child will not always disclose that they are being abused. It is the responsibility of the adults, family, teachers, to gauge abuse. Physical injury, marks on the body, constant complaints of pain or discomfort, crying without reason or for something that seems insignificant, sudden drop in grades, performance, continuously missing classes without intimation, seems lost, withdrawn and doesn't enjoy activities that he/she once enjoyed, changes in diet and sleep pattern, a child showing no signs of hygiene, cleanliness, frequent absenteeism. These signs could also indicate an underlying psychological concern, such as depression, anxiety, eating disorder, but they should not be ignored. Reporting procedure in Royal Private English School. Reporting procedures within a school's child protection policy typically involve a structured hierarchy to ensure that concerns about child welfare are addressed promptly and effectively. The following is a general outline of the reporting procedures, considering a hierarchical approach. Encouraging students or parents to report concerns to any trusted adults within the school community creates an open and supportive environment. The designated safeguarding lead serves as the central point for receiving and managing child protection concerns. They are trained to handle such issues and ensure the appropriate steps are taken. DSL may involve the school counselor to provide additional support and guidance, especially if the concern involves the well-being or mental health of the student. Depending on the nature of the concern, an investigation may be conducted by the school counselor, a medical professional, such as a doctor, or a dedicated child protection officer within the school. The principal is informed and involved in the decision-making process. They oversee the overall handling of child protection concerns within the school. In severe cases or situations requiring external intervention, the principal may involve external child protection agencies. Reporting procedures outside the scope of educational institutes. If you suspect child abuse outside the scope of educational institutions in the United Arab Emirates, you can contact the relevant child protection centers and social services departments. All Emirates, contact 116111. Child Protection Center, Ministry of Interior. Dubai, contact 800988. Child Protection Center, Dubai Community Development Authority. Sharjah, contact 800700. Child Protection Center, Sharjah Social Services Department. other staff members responsible for child protection in school, you may report abuse to any member mentioned below. DSL designated safeguarding leads. Child Protection Officer the Principal. Student Safety Support Headmaster. Safety Leader Operations Manager. Child Protection Coordinator School Counselor Social Worker. Safety Concerns for all students Arabic Social Worker. Safety Concerns for Student of DITA Special Educator Inclusion Head. Discipline Officer, Boys Discipline Officer for boys. Discipline Officer, Girls Discipline Officer for girls. DSL, Head of ICSE Head. DSL ICE and Junior School ICSE and CBSE Supervisor. DSL, Middle School, CBSE Supervisor. DSL, Middle School, ICSE Supervisor. DSL, Senior School, CBSE Supervisor. DSL, Senior School, ICSE Supervisor. DSL, Arabic Department Supervisor. DSL, School Doctor. What is abuse and what is discipline? Avoiding giving the child a game as he needs to finish his homework. This is discipline. Telling the child he cannot eat dinner today because he has been naughty. This is a form of neglect. Telling the child she is a disgrace and is good for nothing for scoring low on the test. This is a form of psychological abuse. Hitting the child because they hit their sibling. This is a form of physical abuse. Taking the child's tablet, toy away for a while as the child has done something unacceptable, hit their sibling, used abusive words. This is a discipline. What to do when abuse is disclosed to you? If a child reports that they have been abused, remember it is very difficult for children to report for fear of not being believed and getting into trouble. Please follow the points about what to do next. Stay calm, do not react with facial expressions of surprise. Assure the child that they have done the right thing by telling you. Assure the child that you will do your best to protect him/her. Do not promise confidentiality to the child. Instead say, I know how upsetting this must be and telling me about it must have taken a lot of courage. I will do my best to ensure that you feel safe, get the help you need, and that this does not happen again. Report the same to the school or the Child Protection Unit. Preventing abuse, your role. Be a good role model and teach children that physical violence is wrong. Ask your child about school, friends, and about their general well-being. Teach your child about good and bad touch, about appropriate and inappropriate language, about respecting their bodies. Tell your child that if they are troubled, they must speak to you so that you can help. Do not be overcritical, because if children make mistakes, they won't come to you for fear of being yelled at or ridiculed. Monitor your child's online activity and make them aware of the dangers of the internet and cybercrimes. If a child is uncomfortable around a certain relative or family friend, trust them, respect their feelings so that they confide in you. Recap. The Child Protection Officer of the school is Principal. Full form of DSL is Designated Safeguarding Leads. The UAE law on child protection is Wadima's law. 4 kinds of abuse as mentioned in the policy are physical, psychological, sexual, neglect. Derogatory marks would fall under which kind of abuse? Psychological. Who can call the Child Protection Unit to report abuse that happens outside school? Anyone. Child Protection Policies. Wadima's Law, Federal Law Number 3 of 2016. Reporting and Child Protection Procedures in Educational Institutes, Ministry of Education. National Child Protection Policy in Educational Institutes in the UAE. The School's Child Protection and Safeguarding Policy. Parents are kindly urged to review the following questions and proceed to the next slide for corresponding answers. I trust you grasp the content of the webinar. Should you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me at remia.k@ourround.school. Thank you, and have a pleasant day. It is everyone's duty to ensure children are safe and have a childhood they deserve. Thanks a lot. It is everyone's duty to ensure children are safe and have a childhood they deserve. Thanks a lot.